Hello everyone, it is the Canadian Futures Trader here. It is currently Monday, April the 19th, 2021. Welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. I put out videos pretty much every single day, either my trading progress with the various trader evaluations. I'm currently doing Earn2Trade 150K Mini Gauntlet. As well, I try to put out other content, either reviews or going through some trades and try to have fun all the while. So we have several things to cover today, all good things except for one, but fortunately the one bad thing doesn't affect you guys. So first things first, something good is coming up in the next day or two. I don't want to say, but you might want to subscribe. You might want to pay attention to the videos in the next day or so. So I'll just leave it at that. You're currently looking at the mini gauntlets from Earn2Trade. This is after a 20% discount is applied. If you use my link down below, these are the current prices. You can sign up. I'm currently doing the 150K account. Or as well, they are having a 40% off discount on the 50K account right now. So it's actually cheaper than my discount. So if you're interested in 50K, only $99. That's actually not too bad. So the big question I always get is, have you withdrawn from any of these companies? Is there any proof of withdrawals from any of these companies? Now, I've been a little gun shy about showing any proof in the past about other funded accounts I have, just based on the language in the contracts you sign when you get funded. I don't want to lose my funded account, but I have a recommendation for you. So I was just happened to be looking into a few things this weekend, stumbled across this video, and I'm actually already familiar with this fellow. It's Douglas on Trading. I recommend you give him a follow. I like to think we are possibly cut from the same cloth. He just puts out normal, everyday type of guy videos about trading. He's gone through Earn2Trade. I think he's gone through some of the other programs. He's passed some of them. He's gotten funded. He's blown funded accounts. But recently he got funded by Earn2Trade and he actually was able to do withdrawal. So you see the title of his video. I'm going to link this video down in the description below if you want to watch the whole thing. But I just wanted to show, and it's unfortunate the play line is kind of right through it, but he actually shows proof from his bank statement that he did a withdrawal. He goes on in the video to say, yes, like it's not like millions of dollars or anything. I mean, it's literally, 2,255. Hey, not a bad withdrawal if you ask me. So this was from Helios. It was Earn2Trade's former funding partner. They've since changed and now they fund new traders through Appius Trading. So anyone passing right now will get funded through Appius, but similar situation, same rules and setup and all that stuff. So if you want actual proof that somebody did withdraw, I recommend Douglas on Trading. And what I like about him as well, he's not selling anything. He's, like I mentioned, he's just a normal guy. He's documenting his progress. He doesn't put out videos nearly as often as me. It's more like once a month or every 2 weeks or so. But fairly entertaining. He likes to celebrate with some whiskey when something good happens, like he passes an evaluation or he does a withdrawal. So you can go watch that video if you want some proof. But I think that's, if that's not proof enough for you, I don't know what to tell you other than hopefully once I pass, and I'll put out some proof as well. So let's get to the bad news. I did not have a good trading Monday. It doesn't really show on here. This is my dashboard. I've mentioned before, like the days in progress won't update till the actual end of the day. So this is my day 5. This is your overall profit. So I'm only up 380. If you recall, as of Friday, I was up 3,000 and X amount of dollars, something like 3,600 or something. Yeah, definitely did not have a good day. Big losing day. Just got caught in the hamster wheel of, took a loss, small win, take another loss, small win, take a bigger loss, and kind of go into that where I should have stopped. I did not stop. I did finally stop at a point where I still have an account. So definitely not my best day, definitely not my best showing, definitely not exciting to make videos saying, hey, look at me, I lost a bunch of money in my evaluation. But I always like to focus on the bright side. The bright side is it's day 5. We still have 10 days ahead of us, and we're effectively just back to the starting point. In terms of my trailing drawdown, you don't see it on here. It's currently, I still have about 1,000 or so buffer. You see here the drawdown is 4,500. So basically my drawdown got pulled up about 30, I think it was up 3,600. So it got pulled up 3,600. So I still have about a $900 buffer there. So Point being is we're going to shake this off, come out tomorrow, be conservative. We're going to downsize the number of lots we're trading, probably just trade 2 lots. Gonna go with some Ultra Bond action, which I tend to do well in. If I was really smart, I would only trade the bonds. NQ always, it happened to me in other valuations, and it almost got me here today. The good days are really good, but the bad days are really, really bad. So that said, I did record my very first trade, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. And it's a special edition of the Canadian Futures Trader because I've been really delving into other approaches, I guess you would say, or strategies with trading. And one thing that always kind of comes up when I start researching is spreading and spread trading, or pairs trading, whatever you want to refer to it. Basically, you go long one product, you go short another product. Actually, I should take that back. There's several ways to spread. The one that I was most interested in was going long in something and going short in something else. And then as the spread between them closes, you make a profit and you're out. Less risky. And if you can identify those kind of correlations and when the spread is larger and then capitalize that, that's what I did. So I recorded my first trade and it was a profitable spread trade. So I'm going to show you that video. I definitely, it's something I'm interested in. I still have a whole lot of learning to do about spread trading. If you've seen my older videos, one of the reasons I started this channel was it was really hard to find good information about trading futures in general when I started. Well, that goes doubly for spread trading. It is really, really hard to find quality information where it's not somebody trying to sell their special spread indicator package, or the one guy I found who was trying to sell like a $8,000 seminar. No, I'm not for that. I want quality information. I was able to find some of it. I spent basically my entire weekend digging into this. I am no means an expert on this anyways, but I know enough to be dangerous and give it a little bit of a try. And spread trading, by the way, is not what caused the big loss today. This was pure NQ kind of standard scalping. I probably should have stuck with the spread trading. So all that said, let's look at the one trade that I did record. I'll walk you through. My screen looks a little bit different because I set it up differently for the spread. And then definitely, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm going to have something come up that's pretty cool here in a day or so related to Earn2Trade, and you might want to be a part of that. So let's get to my one good trade for today. Okay guys, so before we get to the specifics of the trade, I'm going to explain what's going on with my screen. Some of it might look familiar, some of it not. So I'm using Jigsaw Daytradr. I have 2 depth of markets open. Right here on the right hand side is ES, you can kind of see it up here. On the left is NQ, so 2 very correlated products, right? They both tend to go up or go down together. But what I'm looking to do is capture spread when they're kind of out of whack. You know, maybe NQ has spiked up and ES hasn't moved. I would be looking to enter positions on both of those, wait for the spread to close, and capitalize on that. In the middle, I have both order boxes open for both, just so I can quickly, you know, if I want to go long here and short here, it's like the minimum distance. I'm actually looking into some automated ways to do that, like a push of a button, like wham, wham, and done. So I'm able to track my profit on both of those. On the left is going to be the heat map for NQ. I decided to look just at that one because it's a little bit more active, you might say. Then across the bottom, until this past weekend when I started digging into research, I didn't know this existed. I mean, it's really important for the spread part of it. Didn't really need it in the past. So this is also part of Jigsaw Daytradr. So it's showing both my open positions, and part of this window is covered, but the important part is showing here. It's showing both my open positions, and then Jigsaw is basically showing my open P&L on both products, effectively the spread, and it's putting that total down here. So right now it's saying your NQ is $100 profitable. You kind of see that up here. Basically, the last traded contract was at this level is why, even though it's highlighting up here at 180, nothing actually trade up here. You see this huge gap. That's the problem with trading NQ in the evenings, is you get these huge spaces and gaps in the pricing. But anyways, the last traded price was 100, so that's why it's saying I have 100 profit. ES, it's saying I'm losing 150. You see that right here. A couple other things, and then I'm going to let the end of this video play. So this trade ended up taking quite a while, but I'll play the end part for you. You can flat everything, so that will basically close all your positions. So rather than have to go exit each one, I could just say flat all. So say my aggregate profit turned to $100. I can just go flat. Like, get me out of both positions, I'll take the $100. What I really like is this. You see here STP and then TGT is target or stop. You can enable these and set, and I actually have a $300 target set here and I have it on. So basically, punchline, Jigsaw is going to monitor both these positions. If my combined profit hits $3,000, it just flattens both positions. One will probably be in a losing position, one will be in a winning position, and that's okay. I'm just looking for the spread between them to be profitable. So I think, and again, I'm new to this, I don't claim to be an expert, but I think I will be far more proficient at this in the bonds, because just in the last half a year of watching the bonds, there's probably at least once a day when I'm like, wow, that's weird. You know, the 30-year bond is pushing the low and the ultra bond is, 5 ticks above the low. And then the next thing you know, the ultra bond comes right down to the low as well. So that would be a good possible spread opportunity. So at the point I entered this trade, it wasn't seconds ago, I entered this several minutes before I started recording. This was actually the high right here. So I went short on ES, long on NQ. At that point, the spread between them seemed reasonable. And right now I'm currently down $50. So I'm not going to let this play from here because it is another like 10 minutes long. Okay guys, so I fast forwarded it. At this point, NQ continued to go up, ES continued to go up, but not nearly as much. You see here right now, combined, we're at, it's fluctuating, but mid 200 in profit. You see it here, 500. You see it up here, 500s. Down here, losing 225, that's in here. So this is nice. You can just eyeball this number and see where you're at. So I've changed my stop. Originally I had the $300 target. What I did when it started approaching $300 was I took that off and instead put a stop on. So if my combined profit falls to 250, it's effectively a stop loss. It'll close out both positions and we'll get around $250. Obviously, because you have two products and it's going to have to do market orders for both of them, you might get slightly less, you might get slightly more, but it'll be about right. So at this point, I'm loving this. This is my first ever actual. I did several practice spreads like in Sim, but this was actually on my Earn2Trade account, so I was feeling pretty good. So at this point, I have this paused right now because in just a second it's going to be when it exits my trade. So you see right now my combined profit is 275. I have my stop set at 250, and that is made up from a nice big win on NQ and losing on ES, but that's fine. That's kind of how the spreads will go. You're not expecting to be profitable on both. You're just trying to close that gap. So what you'll see in a second, and it's kind of slow and laggy, but you'll see both positions close out, and that's essentially it. You can watch the P&Ls just kind of disappear basically as the orders close out. And there you go. So you saw that disappear. You see open. This goes away in a second here. I'll just let it play for another second. Okay. And pause. So I have no open P&L right now. Closed P&L was 225. So I mentioned how you might not get exactly your stop. I set it at 250. It's throwing out market orders. You've got a gap here. I'm not surprised. But hey, we got a nice $225 winner off of that one, spreading on those. And that was effectively trading 6 combined contracts. I was trading 4 on the NQ and 2 on the ES. This, I will mention if anyone's interested in all this stuff. Like I mentioned, it's difficult to find information, but there are some discussions on the various forums in terms of the ratio between the products based on how much it tends to travel, and as well the relative amount per tick that you get in profit or loss. So that's why it's not a one-to-one necessarily. You're not going to go, long 2 and short 2. Same thing with the bonds. There's ratios. CME Group actually on their website publishes what the spread ratios that are, I'm going to say recommended are. Now they're beyond recommended. There's a whole world related to spread trading and why those ratios should be used. It has to do with reduced margins, but that's when you have your own money in the game and all of that matters. For now, this was kind of fun. like I said, I'm going to be looking more into this. I'm probably going to be doing this a little bit more on the treasury side. I have spent the better part of the morning after I was done with Earn2Trade just doing some sim trading with the treasuries and spreading. So it's kind of cool. It's like a new fun thing to explore. So this video has been fairly long. Thanks for watching, everyone. A little disappointed that we had a bad day, but not at the same time. Hey, we're just back to square one. We still got 10 days ahead of us. We're going to rally tomorrow. We're going to take it conservatively, put our best foot forward, and I hope you're all doing well with your evaluations. Thanks, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.